And let's talk about the day that she went missing. And we're going to go back to the other things first, but the day that she went missing, she was kind of dressed up. That was a little bit out of the norm for her typical daily wear, true?
To go out, no.
To go out, no. So when she went to her doctor's appointment, she'd always be dressed up?
If she was feeling up to it, yes.
Okay, but not always?
No.
Okay. So you were asked about your mom's suicide attempts in the past, and the garage incident, you were too young to remember, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Did anybody talk to you about that garage incident?
My sisters.
Which sisters?
Both of them.
Oh, both of them talked to you about the garage incident.
Yes.
Was that more recent they talked about it, or did they talk about it in the past while your mom was still around?
While my mom was still around.
Okay. And what was your understanding about the garage incident?
Just that it was a suicide attempt.
Okay. Do you remember if she left a suicide note at that time?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you know if she was, what she looked like that day that she attempted suicide?
No.
Okay. And she was found in the garage with the car running, correct?
I wasn't there.
Okay, but you were told about it, right?
Yes, but I wasn't told specifics. I was just told very vague details.
Okay, so what are the details that you know? What did they describe to you?
I'm just
That
going
they
to object to
found
a
my-
lack of foundation. We had one witness testify directly on this. We have Marcia testifying yet today who can give him the direct knowledge. So lack of foundation is the objection, Your Honor. He testified twice. He wasn't there and he doesn't know.
Your Honor, he indicated that his sisters told him information. I'm just trying to figure out what the information his sisters told him.
Well, then I could object to hearsay, but I'm not doing, the bottom line is, Your Honor, there's another witness, two witnesses testifying to this, so it is also then hearsay.
Mrs. DeAngelo, it is hearsay. Do you have an exception to it?
Your Honor, I'll move on. It's fine. I'll
Okay.
withdraw the question. So, Wesley, in 2003, you found your mother with a pill overdose, correct?
Yes.
That was around Thanksgiving time?
Yes.
And you were coming over, you weren't living at the house at that time, right?
No.
You came over to the house to check on your mother.
I
Correct.
came over to say hi, not
Okay.
to check on her.
You came over to say hi to your mother, and then when you entered the home, you saw her on the ground.
Yes.
And you said there was pills scattered everywhere?
Yes.
Do you know what type of pills they were?
Her prescribed medications, I don't know exactly which ones she was prescribed at the time, no.
Okay, so it was her prescribed meds as far as you remember?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any over-the-counter meds laying around?
None that I seen.
And you found her on the floor, and then you panicked and you went over to the neighbors for help.
Yes.
And at that point, you also said something about, was there a suicide note found?
Yes.
Did you ever read the suicide
I
note?
didn't have a chance to read it. The officer had took it into custody before I had a chance to read it.
Okay, but you did see that there was a suicide note?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what your mom was wearing that day?
No, I don't.
Do you recall whether or not it was something fancier or something just plain, or just you flat out don't remember?
I don't remember.
All right. Did you have any signs from your mother that she was contemplating suicide prior to that 2003 attempt?
No.
Did you talk to her prior to that day?
A few days before that, I did.
You talked to her a few days before that.
Yes.
And when you talked to her a few days before that, did she seem happy and normal?
Yes.
No indication that she was contemplating suicide.
No.
Did she seem happy and normal similar to what she seemed on April 25th, 2013? Did she seem her happy, normal self that day as well?
Yes.
And were you, after the 2003 attempted suicide, she went to the hospital?
Yes.
Did you go to the hospital to see her?
Yes.
When you saw her in the hospital, did you ask her why she did this?
Yes.
And what was your understanding?
She just said she didn't want to be here anymore.
Okay. And did she ever make a statement when she was either at the hospital or leaving the hospital about if she did it again, you wouldn't find her?
Yes.
Did she tell that to you?
Yes.
Do you know who else was in the room when she said it?
No, I don't recall who was all in the room.
Okay. Do you know if did she say it to you individually or did she say it to a group of people? Do you recall?
I don't recall,
Okay.
but I believe she's told Stacy the same thing.
Okay. So she told you and Stacy that if she ever did this, nobody was going to find her.
Yes.
She was upset about being found that time.
Yes.